In this special segment, we will be diving into a groundbreaking study that has decoded why India is often referred to as the diabetes capital of the world. Recent research reveals that our love for tasty snacks, for example, cakes, chips, and ultra processed foods, might actually be sabotaging our health. These foods are loaded with advanced glycation end products, or commonly known as AGEs, which can lead to inflammation and are also a significant factor behind rising diabetes rates in the country. The study, which has been conducted by renowned institutions like the ICMR and MDRF, highlights how glycation, which is a process where sugars bond with proteins, can actually trigger harmful reactions in our bodies. But there is some hope. By adopting a low-age diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, we can actually reduce oxidative stress as well as inflammation, which can also pave the way for a healthier future. Joining us right now for helping us understand more on this, helping us understand the dietary preferences of people in India and how exactly it's contributing to the health decline. Dr. N.N. Khanna, who's a senior cardiologist and advisor to the Apollo Group of Hospitals, and Neeraj Kumar, who's a nutrition consultant. First, let's start with Dr. Khanna here, because of course we're talking about health-related effects. Dr. Khanna, we were looking at this study, which of course puts light on the dietary preferences of Indians and how this also contributes to their health. Help us understand what exactly is advanced glycation end products. How do they contribute to the development of diabetes and other chronic diseases, which literally are almost becoming like an endemic, a pandemic in India?
सर आवाजें आ रही है सर हम आपको सर चेक करा दूं
Okay, so thank you for inviting me. So now,
आवाज इनको
if you look at the Indian population and their eating habits, we have foods which are processed and fast foods, and these foods, I would say, all the foods which are tinned or which are packaged are all toxic, and that is because of AGE, which are advanced glycation and products. These are potentially toxic compounds formed when proteins and lipids are glycated, and these form a very strong source of oxidant injury to the food and to the body. And these, if taken on a regular basis, are the strong cause to develop early diabetes, syndrome where you have an insulin resistance and you have hypertriglyceridemia and hyperdyslipidemia. And these lead to a variety of diseases ranging from fatty liver to advanced atherosclerosis and also to malignancies in future. So this is what should be avoided completely, and we should go back to our own traditional diets, which are rich in natural form of food such as green leafy vegetables, seasonal fruits, and also uncooked or semi-cooked food which we take in our advanced diets. In different regions it's different, but that is what should be taken.
Right, Dr. Khanna, we're of course talking about AGE and how this exactly affects the health of Indians as well. Let me now go across to our other guest here on the panel, Neeraj Kumar. Mr. Neeraj Kumar, what are some of the common foods when we talk about AGE? So what are some of the common foods that have high AGE that people should avoid to improve their health?
Okay, so there are some food that we take on regular basis, like food like red meat, which are significantly high in AGE, foods that are ultra processed, specifically foods that are packaged and processed significantly during manufacturing, right? Foods that contains high amount of sugar and fat, specifically which comes in packaged form. Right, so those are some of the food, and anything that increases inflammation in your body. So all those contribute into your count of AGE in the body, and therefore increased aging process and lifestyle diseases.
Right, Neeraj Kumar, you're of course talking about the kind of food products that actually are contributing to such issues, but what exactly are the alternatives? Because at the end of the day, a lot of people in India say that, paisa kamate hain khana khane ke liye. So that's the mentality that we have, that we earn money to enjoy our food. The taste buds needs to be satisfied. But at the end of the day, it's also about the health practices. So At the end of the day, can you just suggest some alternatives here that we can go for, which also are low age diet alternatives?
Yeah, of course. So there are few things that you need to take care of. Of course, as you said, we cannot stop eating. We cannot compromise on taste, but yes, there are ways through which you can control, amount of AG in your body. For example, one of the ways, like the way you cook your food. If you cook your food on high temperature, baking, grilling, right? So those significantly increase AG in the body. Apart from that, the kind of utensil you use, that also increase. Preferably, you should use utensil. Nowadays, you easily can get ceramic utensils. So those are some of the utensils that actually help you in managing the low AGE. Apart from that, cooking method I was talking about. So instead of cooking on high temperature, baking and grilling, you can use steaming. You can use boiling process. That will retain the natural goodness of the food. It will preserve the color. It will preserve the aroma. It will preserve the taste by cooking food in low water, low temperature, and steaming process and things like that. So that way you will be actually able to enjoy the real taste of the food, which actually gets damage significantly reduced when you cook in high temperature through those grilling and baking and those processes. So by maintaining the right cooking method, you will be actually able to preserve the color and taste, and of course those nutrients that are water based, that gets evaporated during high heat cooking. So by just maintaining the right cooking habits, right methods of cooking, you can significantly lower the amount of AGE in your food, and you can of course enjoy the good color and taste of the food.
Quickly go across to Dr. Khanna here. Dr. Khanna, we talk about the quality of the food as well. In India, it's almost like we are used to actually focusing more on the taste of the food than actually understanding if it's good for our health or not. And in such a culture, how do you exactly bring about the best health practices? Because it's almost like most people in India prefer the taste of the food or the quality of the food.
Okay, so it's like this. It's a modern age issue. The taste which the youngsters today want is, fried, fatty, fast food, and hardly. I mean, we are going towards home cooked foods, from home cooked foods towards Zomato and all these brands where you eat from an outside kitchen. So what's required is we have to change our habits. The taste of India and the taste of the youth of India has to change. It has to go back to our granny's kitchen. That is the best way you can actually have healthy food without advanced glycation products, and also with very less oxidants, and also with very less carcinogens. As microwave and instant heating and cooking of the food is probably one of the most toxic ways you can destroy your food and make it carcinogenic and atherogenic. So that should not be done. Low temperature and low and slow heating is what is required, and ceramic and earthenware pots are very important. And if you see, in our ancient days, if I had recently visited to Jagannath Puri, and that kitchen of Jagannath Puri is the largest kitchen in the world. The way they cook their food is entirely water-based and steam-based, and that is one of the most tastiest and the best food and the most hygienic way to cook your food. So we have to go back to our granny's, kitchen habits. The taste has to change from what it is today to our previous eating habits and that taste, and it has to be, that will be the step towards a healthy India and a healthy food. I mean, we can't say that because we want this, we will take it. Then you have a host of diseases which are going to surround you and make you ill in the future.
All right. So clearly, there a lot of suggestions also coming in from the doctor there. Before we wrap this discussion, final question to Neeraj Kumar. Mr. Neeraj Kumar, a lot of viewers watching right now would be confused between AGE and non-AGE food. Help us understand what exactly the difference is, and also what's the best, if you have any tips for people who are watching right now. On one hand, they also will be able to satisfy their cravings as far as the food is concerned, and also on the other hand, their health will also be taken care of. So if there's any tip that you have for the viewers who are watching right now.
Okay, simple. So, foods by default doesn't contain AG. It's the method we cook and the way it is preserved that increases the AG. So, the one tip that I can share with you is eat the food in its most natural form, most organic form. Avoid cooking as much as possible, and if you are cooking, preserve the nutrients of the food. Food itself has all the nutrition that helps reduce AGE in the body. Go for raw food, fruits and vegetables. Include more or more grains into your diet, whole food, instead of getting it processed. So the maximum number of processing, maximum layer of processing will reduce its nutrient value and increase AGE. So the one point takeaway is go for unprocessed, raw, whole food as much as possible.
All right, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast, Neeraj Kumar, and also Dr. N.N. Khanna, helping us understand the difference between the quality of food and also the reason why India has emerged as the diabetes capital. I believe a lot of people watching right now would be educated about high AGE food products and also low AGE food products, and how this also impacts their health in the long term. And it's also at the end of the day striking the perfect balance between good quality food and also food that actually helps you maintain a good diet as well as health. Appreciate you for joining us on the broadcast for this special discussion. Viewers, on that note,